It's just the opening song. It's the dun 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 dun. Welcome. Yeah.
What's going on,
Welcome.
everybody? Welcome to the NSLAM podcast. This is a bi-weekly podcast between me and Alice, where we can talk shit about NSLAM, F1, how our life's going on Twitch in general, and just yeah. So, Alice, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. Good evening.
This is
I think this goes up in the evening
I don't know.
or morning.
We're still yet to
or
find that out. But
afternoon, depending on where you are in the world.
true. This is odd.
It's
Don't you think?
currently 2:43 p.m. for me.
That's
Probably different for Josh.
what do you mean? We're in the same. Okay, never mind. Swiftly move. Should we talk about the podcast first? What we're going to do with it?
Sure.
Why we have a podcast?
Yeah, I feel like that's the best opening, because this is new.
This is
very
definitely a
new.
new format for both of us, and something personally I've wanted to try before. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me and Jess started like a little race car one at one point, but like neither of us had the time to like make a full commitment to it, and it wasn't like proper podcasty. We did like a couple episodes of like proper podcasty where we like spoke just like directly to the camera about a lot of things, but a lot of the time it was just like highlights and bits. But that was quite fun from what we did of it. We just didn't have like both of us had like our schedules didn't overlap at all.
Yeah.
They were all very much like
Well, it's perfect
Not
because
the one.
I don't have a schedule, so it's fine. I can easily fit into a puzzle. I'm a universal puzzle piece, I would say, into a human being who's got quite a large schedule. That's you.
I mine's hit or miss. Yeah.
Changes weekly. doesn't
Yeah. Yeah, it depends how adult-y I want to be that week, really.
it? Adulty. No, it couldn't be
Yeah,
me.
sometimes
Couldn't be me.
no, I don't recommend it
No.
personally. No, life goes downhill when you hit 23.
Oh, don't even get me started. I'm not looking forward to it. It's only a couple months away. Couple,
September.
yeah. Oh,
Literally,
I can feel
what?
the wrinkles coming in already.
I was about to say 3 months, but it's not
That's-
3
that would
months.
be
It's
wrong.
Like 4 months. I can't count.
And it's the end of that month, so it's pretty much 5 months.
21st, right?
25th. Wow. She doesn't even know my birthday. Well, swiftly moving on to the company that we've set up
I
together.
thought you were a Virgo. You're a Libra.
I'm a Libra. I know. I've seen all the tweets you've made about Libra. Not happy about it. Oh, she's leaving.
I can't get out of my room because the door is shut.
And the
So I will
trash on the
sit that
floor.
I tidied my bedroom, thank you. I made it my mission to better my mental health, and I
Oh.
tidied my depression room. It's a little bit of a mess now, but it's basically tidy.
Well, it looks good. At
I
least.
promise.
Nice and
Thank
pink
you.
/ purple. Purpley. pink.
Thank you.
Right.
I thought it was fitting.
It is. Right. So should we talk about
Thank you.
NSLAM? What?
I thought we were talking about the podcast. We never got past the podcast.
Do we even?
I just found
yeah.
out you were a Libra, and I was severely disappointed.
I mean, I can't change it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Things
I can
happen.
look past it.
Okay, we have to work together through it. Okay, show
Yeah.
me how to better my Libra ways.
Nothing can do that. Nothing will help that.
You know when you said you don't want to go down a tangent, we've already hit a tangent.
Podcast.
So podcast.
What is an NSLAM podcast? Why are we podcasting?
Well,
What is this?
well, it's just a way for us to talk every 2 weeks, I'd say, just about what we're doing, what life is like with Twitch, just to give us a different avenue of things to do, a different version of content for people to watch, and then just talk about various different things like maybe Twitch. People can talk. You can teach me about F1 because this is the year that I kind of really wanted to start watching F1 properly from like start to finish. I mean, I said that I've only watched 2 of them out of. We've had 3, right?
Yeah, because you missed yesterday's, didn't you?
Yeah, I was working, unfortunately.
It wasn't a very eventful race in Portimao. The most eventful bit was like the battle between Lewis and Max down the front, but apart from that, it wasn't really that entertaining.
But Lewis Hamilton still won, so King Lewis.
I
Still
know. I
reigns.
was very happy.
And Lando Norris is still top 5, and what is he P3 on the construct?
He's P3.
Overall.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
P3 in the driver's standing. Yeah. Lewis is first, then it's Max, then Lando, and then Bottas. So
That's
the
pretty good.
McLaren is sitting higher than a Mercedes, which is good. Very good.
That's a good start to the season for sure. For sure.
Especially seeing as Bottas started on pole. So.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Well, also, here's a thing. So I was thinking, eventually, we might want to get some guests on here, depending on how we go. You know, get some people that we know, people maybe we don't know, to see different, just different information, see what people say on the old Twitter sphere or in the comments, and see what they want to see on the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Always open for my god, my throat just closed up. Always open for like ideas and anything. If people like have things they want to see us talk about, even involve ourselves in like learning things, like we're down to do whatever. DTF, not actually.
Okay, no. No, you didn't see any of that. That didn't happen.
Definitely, whoa.
Well, now we're moving on. Let's talk about NSLAM for a second. So what is NSLAM essentially? For people who may not know, for people who know already, let's define it. What is NSLAM?
NSLAM is Not So Lonely Anymore, the combination of me and Josh. It's a charity business that we started together, where we basically throughout the year raise money together for different charities. We did Mind and Beat charity throughout the month of March. We've been planning and working on our rest of 2021 plans. Oh my god,
yeah,
I'm so last year. But yeah, it's our little charity business that me and Josh work on and plan things. It's mainly Twitch related. We're kind of looking into expanding out from just Twitch.
Yeah.
If you're unaware, if you're new here, me and Josh are both Twitch streamers. And we basically, with NSLAM, pick a charity for the month, which we chose to for March, and we come up with different ideas and different ways to, make money for charity. And yeah, basically stream on Twitch together and separately on our own schedules, and just have lots of fun together, make a lot of memories, basically.
It essentially came about by you one day just texting me saying, I have a fun idea. Do you want to be a part of it? Wasn't it? And he was like, I want to release merch for the month of March, and I don't know how we're gonna do it. We don't have a name, but do you want to do it? Essentially, and then I came back with a name.
Yeah.
Almost the second message.
Yeah, I was literally just sat at work. I'd gone on my lunch break, and I was I literally went on to social media. And I've always followed Beat for the longest of time because they're a charity that helped me out. And I was literally about to sit there and eat lunch. It was the last time I was eating lunch in like 3 weeks. And I was sat there and I was like, I really want to do something for Beat because like through everything, the reason I'm still alive is because of them. And I was like, and people keep going on at me about like, hey, you should drop some merch. We want merch. And it felt so weird, like that people would want something branded by me, and I was like, I don't think I'm like ready or in a position to do that yet.
Especially like
but
1 year in as well.
Yeah, and I was like, and I want to create something, and like if I can create something that's going to benefit a charity that means a lot to me, that'd be great. And I started thinking, and I was like, I don't think I could do this on my own. And I was like, who is somebody that I know that would be 100% down to like help me raise money for charity? And like this goes in way back to when me and Josh first met and first became friends, and we raised money together. And Josh did an outstanding thing in November where he raised money for men's mental health. And obviously with March, at the beginning of March is Eating Disorder Awareness Week, which is a big thing with Beat as well. So I messaged Josh and was like, hey, I have an idea. Do you want to be a part of it? And he barely even questioned what my idea could be. He just went, yeah, sure. What is it? And I just blurted out what I had. I was like, but I'm at work right now. I need to go back on like shift. I was like, so I can talk more about it when we get home. I was like, but like, this is the idea I have. We just need to come up with a name. And Josh was like, I was like, maybe something that's combined of our names, so it like entwines us together, but also isn't anything to do with us at the same time. And then Josh just hit back with Not So Lonely Anymore. And I was like, Genius.
I think it's because I was
Mind
planning.
is blown.
I really wanted to release, not like release merch, but I was thinking about it like when we started, probably back in March last year. And I was like, I don't really want to release merch. Well, you couldn't really release merch on like 100 followers at that point. I just wanted like a hoodie that I could wear of myself, like with my brand on it, sort of like a brand that I wanted to create, which was that name. And then I realized it also technically incorporates your name as well, like in a subtle but not like explicit way. So it could be like, if we wanted to take it further away from Twitch or away from this sort of like social media thing, you could actually create it into a brand if you wanted to, essentially, that people might want to wear. So I thought it worked well somehow, and it kind of fit our very, very short time frame of 10 days.
Yeah.
Which in
I
hindsight...
came to Josh the day after Valentine's Day and was like, hey, Josh, so this all kind of needs to be done, though, by the 1st of March, because the 1st of March is Eating Disorder Awareness Month. But, like, we can't just hit people with it on the 1st of March, because then people will be like, whoa. And because it's then happening, like, directly on that first day, and it will take, like, a couple of days to get in the swing of things and sorted and that. We just wanted to have it 100% done and sorted before the 1st of March. And that then created the 10-day stint of
pure
hours
hell.
and hours and hours on calls, planning and sorting, and
God, I mean...
a lot of Harry Styles.
There was a lot of Harry Styles, a lot of watermelon sugar, and a lot of, I don't know, shouting and, I don't know, just attacking each other, trying to get small things done.
Yeah.
And then we ended up, well, to a point where we were working so late that you went to bed and I randomly thought, you know what, I think we're going to need to make a company for this. And I made it at 4 a.m. in the morning and then phoned you to say, hi, you're now a director. Or co-director.
I was like, what? And you were like, we have a business. We're company owners now. And I was like, what? So I was like, since when?
And then I think
you
I
were
sent you the...
last night at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I sent you the screenshot of like the company house website. I'm just like, yep, it's official. The government knows. So we're government registered, which is sick.
It was. And like, even then I remember back. So Josh ordered his hoodie first.
Oh god, don't get me started on that.
And we wanted the hoodies to be... This is the thing, is why we had like a 10-day as well. Because we then decided that the 25th was going to be our like release day, when we were going to announce it to the world that like, hey, this is what we're doing. We're going to be raising money throughout the whole of March. Charity, if you want to join, like if you want to donate, if you want to help, if you want to buy anything, we're going to start raising money. And so we ordered ours before we announced anything.
Because we wanted to wear it
and
on
Josh
the
ordered
video.
his like a solid... Yeah, we wanted to wear it on the video. And Josh ordered his like 4 days before me. 3 days.
I would say it was a 5-day period. For sure.
And I ordered mine. My hoodie and my t-shirt. And I remember FaceTiming Josh, and Josh was like, what do you want?
Bearing in mind, it's
because,
meant
like,
to take...
At this point, we were fed up of each other as well.
It was meant to take 7 working days to print and deliver, right? And mine had been... It was coming up to 7 at the time. And then Alice calls me 3 days after probably her purchasing it. So it didn't even cross my mind that she would have had hers. But what did she have? She had the t-shirt and the hoodie. The t-shirt that we had made literally 3 days ago. No sign of my hoodie.
So I had mine. I had mine there and ready for the release. And it was... I've never seen one man more angry. I've never received so many angry texts over a period of time in my life than Josh not getting this jumper.
I was so excited. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. We were both gonna be able to wear it." And then in the end, just one person got to wear it. I was like, oh, not happy at all. But it all turned out well in the end. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we only had minor delivery issues, which is quite good.
We don't really have many, to be fair. Not that I remember.
I think
obviously,
1 or 2.
we 1 or 2 issues. A lot of them were mainly due to like EU border controls.
Yeah, I think it was more like on the side of like Royal Mail rather than the printing and that sort of thing.
Yeah, the company we were working with were great.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job, and they got back to like sort of like my inquiries quite quickly. Whether they were the most helpful answers to the inquiries, slight issue, but like, I mean, it comes with like learning and starting a new company, and you know, doing this the whole thing for the first time. And I mean, it wasn't as difficult as creating the website, was it? We had to do like the integration of like the shipping costs, everyone's like area codes and things like that. It was just, I mean, I left that bit to you because that freaked me out.
Yeah, he left it to me, the person that doesn't understand geography. So like me trying to figure out what countries are in Europe, what countries are classed into like Asia, America, and that. Like it just didn't go well, not in the slightest.
But we got it done in the end. And
it took me like 3 hours to sort out the shipping.
I think for our first attempt at a website and a company, I think it worked well. It went almost seamlessly. There wasn't really any problems with like placing orders, like money going missing, that sort of thing. It sort of worked. It kind of fell into place at the end.
Yeah, I think our biggest issue was with the money coming back to us.
Yeah, I think we had to money going into different accounts, and then like there was a delay on one account that you couldn't touch your money for 7 days, etc. So you had to fund it with the other account. Then there wasn't enough money in that account, so then like one of us had to go short on our personal funds, but which it all worked itself out in the end.
It was a case of like if you placed an order and it went through by like I think it was like card.
Yeah.
We didn't see that money for 7 days, but on our end of things, we had to put the purchase through.
Yeah. Otherwise, your money, your order would have been 7 days delivery plus printing plus another 7 days for your money to go in for us to place that order in the first place. So for you to get your order straight away or like as soon as possible, we just had to float it for a little bit. But it was like, I mean, it was calm.
Yeah. It was all right. Like both of us are sensible enough, like in our personal lives, to be able to cover that kind of thing.
I mean, it was locked down as well. I mean, it's not like we're going out spending like money on like nights out and stuff. So we were ever like short on money or anything like that. So it's all good. It worked out in the end, and I think I probably would do it the same way. I mean, there's small things you could probably change, but maybe we can investigate on a different sort of like platform. But I think it was a good platform to have found at the right time, I'd say.
Yeah, it all fell kind of into place quite easily all at once, which was good. And the company was great. There's a lot of like choices and stuff throughout the company as well. So like if we look into doing anything further, you know, at least we've got someone that we know is good and we can rely on them.
Yeah, so it's like always a fallback one. But like, say if we want to release hats or something or something different and bespoke, for like a maybe short time, limited time period, we could still put it on the website, and we could still use that that one supplier as well. So we have choices at the moment.
Yeah.
You know what we haven't done? We actually haven't said how much we've raised officially.
And do you have the figure?
I do actually. The figure is
because wait, let me preference that when me and Josh went into our final stream on the 31st, we were like 300 and something off, 200 and something off.
We the last day we were quite a significant amount off that. I personally thought, you know what, even if we don't hit it, what we've done so far is like pretty incredible anyway. And then some of you seem to have a problem with that.
Yeah, because Josh and I originally at the beginning were like 2,000 is like a lot.
Yeah. So
like that's gonna be difficult.
Do you remember when we were setting the goal? We were asking people like, guys, realistically, if we were to do a charity thing, like what would you think is an attainable goal? I mean, some of you did go ridiculous and say like 6k, 5k, like that. Personally, outrageous. Alice and I were thinking more like 1,000, 1,500. But after this was like a month. No, this is like 3 months after you did. Wait, when did you do that charity stream?
January.
So yeah, that one day where you raised $1,000 in a day. So that kind of threw us off of like what we should expect. And then also we had had the idea of releasing merch. That's why we added the extra £1,000 on. So that's where we came with 2,000. But also we thought we would only send 20, wasn't it? Did we say 20 hoodies? Something like that.
Yeah, 10. We said at the beginning we're only going to sell like 10 hoodies. Like it's not going to be that much. like we can't see that many people wanting to buy it. Like maybe like a few close friends and that. Obviously, we'd buy our own.
I
But
think
like apart from that,
I think we ended up selling 95 units in the end. Because that's hoodies and t-shirts
yeah,
combined. That's insane.
that is literally insane.
That doesn't include any of the ones that, you or I bought on the side. So that's like, there's a lot. There's over 100 NSLAM items out there.
Gee, that's mental. And it's like on that last day, me and Josh were like, it's calm. Like we've done so well that we're happy and content to end like this. And then it just didn't stop from there. And even after March ended, we still had people donating, and the like next couple of days after as well, which was good as well. It was just nice. Like I think neither of us expected to get anywhere close to what we were getting, and to kind of reach that amount and more was just insane.
I didn't expect that people outside of like knowing Twitch and our little community would actually like the design or buy into it, which is pretty crazy. I mean, like talking about it now, I've been working all week, and like the majority of the people there are wearing NSLAM merch as like it's practically our uniform at work now, which is pretty crazy. But I've had like a few like people ask about like, oh, is this the uniform here? I was like, no, this is actually my brand with a friend that I've actually never met before, but yeah, if you like it, you can buy one.
Like I think this general like design is probably gonna have to be one that like comes back and we like bring back a couple of times.
I think it's
because it's such like a generic as well. Like
it just looks nice. I personally like the minimalist sort of look to it on the front.
Yeah.
And it helps that, and also it's quite like striking on the back to have a nice big design as well. And just the black and white works. But I'd like to branch from different colours. I mean, we've got summer coming up and stuff like that. So who knows?
Yeah.
Well, that also leads us on to what is the future of NSLAM.
Do you wanna drop the amount first before we,
Oh yeah, sorry.
over?
Yes, that's thank you. Now I'm the one tangenting.
I tangent you. No, I tangent you, and then you tangent from my tangent, and then we completely forgot the original case of this.
Yeah, so it's £2,075 raised in total, split equally between the two. And also, if you want to know, shout out to Kelvin. Kelvin was our top donator across the entire month, including merch and that's the inclusion of merch and money donated. So that's purely like profit from each one donated to the charities. So well done, Kelvin. Congrats. What I will have to work out one day how I'm going to have your name shaved into my head. Thank you, sir.
That's going to be funny.
But yeah. So
the future.
Where does NSLAM go from here? Where does NSLAM go from £2,075 raised for charity on the first drop?
We've been planning. We've had probably about 4 hours worth of business calls in the past week.
Yeah, sort of. On and off.
We had like a 2-hour call, and then which we kind of discussed everything that we kind of want to see for the year. Within Twitch and looking at branching out, we have dabbled with the different things of like branching out, and obviously if you guys have any ideas of things that you want to see us do, like to branch out and different platforms to go on, or like even just away from social media as well, different things you'd like to see, then everything is welcome, like opinion wise like that. But we've been discussing the future and the year of NSLAM in like 2021. I do think we've done, I think we've outdone ourselves.
We definitely have. It's definitely gone further than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be like, yeah, this is a nice little side thing for now. It's going to last a month sort of thing. But now that it's got legs to it, it's got some sort of like longevity that could, I mean, there's the potential is definitely there. And I think the whole aim for this year for us is basically giving it that legs and giving it the fuel to go further and expand. And that's why I think we want to look to move to different sort of platforms as well, and sort of just get, sort of start a following on NSLAM that maybe not just be following our individual channels, and sort of branch out sort of thing.
Yeah, because like our Instagram currently is very like generic of just photos of the merch, which I feel like with like the next few months we'll probably steer away from, with more video content. In the first drop we did talk about having TikTok and doing TikToks and stuff, and with both of our schedules, and I fell ill during the month of March, and ended up having to okay, yeah, I get it, it was hilarious, I looked funny. I cracked my tooth during the junk charity stream, and I had a ball about that big out of the side of my face, but I couldn't stream. And obviously with Josh going back to uni, having more uni stuff and work and everything,
it was like the culmination of the entire course. I had like 9 assignments all crammed in together at a perfect time where also we had a lot of stress of trying to get the company and making it work. And then the first time around with dealing with merch, it was kind of like difficult to download the VODs, edit the VODs and into different things. But now that we know how it works and all the whole process, I don't have uni anymore, and hopefully Alice won't be ill this time with a golf ball inside her mouth. We'll try and be able to expand from here and actually create content that we want to do and enjoy, and just have more fun with it rather than be stressed out about it. So
yeah, I think because everything was so rushed as well, because like we've given ourselves a good, like spoiler alert, we've given ourselves a good like 4 weeks to prepare for like what's to come next.
4 weeks, guys, just save the date.
Yeah, instead of 10 days, about 4 weeks. And yeah, I think it will give us time to be able to branch out to other platforms. So like TikTok's a great expansion platform. And like with our release in February, we obviously had a YouTube channel because we would post our like trailer for everything. We had the bloopers. At the end of it all, 4 of our wonderful friends that we absolutely love and cherish to pieces, Celeste, Nicole, Jordy, and Stefano, created like a movie, like an after movie of our month and everything. And I created a lovely little like thank you video to Josh, because I know how difficult it was for Josh to get through that month. So they're all going to go onto the channel, so the YouTube like exists and people enjoyed that content. So like we have looked into like progressing onto YouTube and doing YouTubey things,
and we really enjoyed making it, didn't we? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
The recording of the announcement, the sort of like the funny version of it as well, and then we just thought maybe, well, why not make more pre-recorded content for that sort of thing? It's just it's just something to chop and change from streaming games all the time. And then it's something else that some people prefer that sort of thing, or we can branch out. And especially our stage and level of our channels, our social media presence is quite low. So we're trying to build a presence, essentially. It'll be good.
We would have loved to have like edited the VODs and everything. It just didn't fit in with our schedules or our timings or anything. There were things that need to be done immediately as soon as they were like streamed and sorted then, because if not, they were then building up. But I think that's things that, like, obviously going into whatever we do next, we can do the VOD of our like weekly joint streams and that if we look into doing that in the future. And like obviously we'll be using the YouTube. You'll be watching this on the YouTube channel right now. We're not entirely sure what platforms we're completely putting this on. Obviously we've spoken about YouTube because obviously this is where you're seeing us right now. And we're on about putting it onto Spotify as well. Whether we do like clip bits of things, like clips of this for like Instagram reels and like TikTok bits or whatever. Obviously we'll be having this bi-weekly. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to make that joke.
Did you just laugh at the joke before you told the joke? You just laughed at the joke before you told the joke.
I pointed at myself. I went bi-weekly.
Oh my god.
I said I got it out of my system before we did this, and I really didn't. Yeah, obviously we're getting this bi-weekly. I think we said Tuesdays. Did we? Yeah.
Yeah. I believe so. I believe that's what we decided.
Tuesdays, I think it was.
Yes, it's going up on Tuesday the 11th.
And then obviously pre-recorded things, because obviously at some point, with obviously lockdown restrictions lifting and everything, Josh and I will be able to see each other. Smacked my elbow on the desk. So we'll be able to film content together. We'll be able to film content separately as well, like so that like you get a mix of like me and Josh podcasting, but you get the mix of like gaming VODs, permitting we do like joint streams together and stuff. Because I want to go back into Stardew Valley at some point. So even if it's not related to charity streams and that, if me and Josh do joint streams, there can always be like VODs of that on there, and then you still also get like personal videos of us, so like it's a big combination of everything. Obviously, if that's things people want to see, like that's kind of the route that me and Josh are looking into things as well, by branching out of just streaming on Twitch.
But also to clarify, we're not stopping our individual sort of pursuit of a Twitch career sort of thing. We're gonna keep our same schedule, so this is on top of it. So at the end of the day, it's just more content for people and more content for us to try and just sort of try and dabble into different things. So this is this is new for us. It's new skills to learn. I mean, I've never podcasted before. I've just listened to them. So this is something new. I mean, I've never been a YouTuber before. That's new as well. So it's just learning new techniques, new skills that hopefully will, help in the future as well.
Yeah.
And as you said, now that lockdown is lifting, I did have a question. Something's been playing on my mind a lot since we were locked inside all the time. Where is the first place you'd want to travel, like internationally, after lockdown?
Where I'd like, see, because I have plans to be traveling out of country soon. Permitting I can, due to the circumstances that we're under at the moment. Permitting it's safe, permitting following all guidelines and everything. That's one thing I always want to keep to. I'm meant to be visiting Hungary, but like currently on my brain right now, I'm really want to go to northern Italy.
That sounds good.
Like I really want. That's one place I really want to go to, or like Australia, Hawaii kind of vibes as well. Like Australia, Hawaii. But I know my bank account don't stretch that far.
This is hypothetical. Say if
hypothetically, if I could hop on a plane tomorrow, I would go to Hawaii immediately.
That sounds good. Go surfing.
Yes.
Surfing. Pretty sure mine. I think I've said before. I can't get Bali out of my head. I see it everywhere. It's all over Instagram. It's all over YouTube. It just gotta go. I love
that we both go for water. We're like water. I love water. Let's go to the water.
I've got written down here Bali or beach holiday.
I love a beach holiday.
I think it's because I'm looking a bit pasty now. Looked in the mirror, I was like, mate,
I don't know if you've recognized my neck is a different color to my face.
Is that you forgotten your face when you tanned, or you decided to do this after the podcast?
No. It's because where like I wash my face regularly, where I wear makeup, it takes my tan off. But obviously, I don't put makeup on my neck.
Oh wow!
So like, and like
no.
my hand is a different color to both of them because I wash and sanitize my hands, but not with like the depth. Like you know how you like exfoliate that your face. Yeah, like I exfoliate my face and face masked and everything. So like,
you got like, oh my god, your hand. That is bad. I'm not sure if the camera picks that up, but that's like 3 different colors on one hand.
Yeah, like I think, but the thing is that I think even if I went to Hawaii, I still wouldn't achieve this. I would achieve this.
Oh god.
Or I don't have anything red. This would be me.
For sure.
I would be the same shade as the Sheffield United.
That's Sunderland.
This would be me. Sunderland United. Fuck. I should have known because the joke is about me in Sunderland. It's because I just had S and I was reading something about Sheffield earlier that I just thought of Sheffield.
You and football.
No, it's just me in geography.
Well, yes, true. Both pretty tragic. Talking about football, This
football.
podcast comes out after the historic victory Chelsea will have over Real Madrid to put us into the Champions League finals. Touching wood, I've not jinxed anything. How do you feel about Chelsea at the moment?
To be fair, I think we've been doing pretty well. I've been impressed. You know, we've had our ups, we've had our downs, but like
We had a lot of
I'm holding
downs
for.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
After we had a tremendous, we had a decent start to this season, and then we had a few hiccups along the way, and we started to lose form under Frank Lampard, and I think the wheels seem to come off under a fairly inexperienced manager, with a fairly inexperienced team. But I think Tuchel's come in and put some stability back into the team. It's pretty good to see.
Yeah.
And of course, you love Mason Money Mount. Everyone does.
I
Who
love
doesn't?
Mason Mount. Where is my? Hang on.
And also the king that is Havertz as well. There we go. Look at that.
I love Kai Havertz.
And
I'm
Mason
not
Mount.
allowed to express how much I love Mason Mount and Kai Havertz anymore, though.
You surely
I get
can
shouted at.
after the brace the other day. It was simply sublime. It was a
No, because I make
wonderful
comments
feeling.
and then I get told off for it, but
For
I
anyone who
do
doesn't
love
know,
them.
for anyone who doesn't know, young Alice has now found a boyfriend. There's only one problem with this new gentleman. He's a lovely guy. Cannot say a bad
He's
word
a very
about
lovely
him.
guy.
The only bad word I can say about him is that he's an Arsenal fan.
I know. I'm disappointed in myself as well for being an Arsenal fan.
But it's fine.
I'm kidding. He is wonderful. I couldn't look past it.
Well, we don't have to offend him. It's fine because his team does it for him. But
I can't make any comments. I told him I wouldn't shit talk Arsenal anymore.
I can't make that promise. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I do it through you. It's like I get Josh now to tweet about Mason Mount so I can retweet it because
Alice
Josh
told
and
me
Miley
the
were-
other day that after the Champions League that she couldn't tweet about her love for Mason Mount or Kai Havertz. So I said
I tweeted that Kai Havertz could have my hand in marriage, and apparently
that's not appropriate for a new relationship, is it?
I would like to point out I was single at the time. I'd also like to preference here that this is in no way, shape, or form any sort of like toxicity. Like it is a running joke that it's like respectively between me and my boyfriend and Josh.
Well,
we are all aware this is a joke.
for sure. To the point where I text Alice said, "Well, just retweet my tweet. That's a way around it."
Yeah. So Josh then tweeted out that he was in love with Mason Mount, and I clicked that retweet.
I'm pretty sure he replied to it, said fair play. Very, very smart.
Yeah. Smart moves on it.
We got a way around it. So, I think that sort of draws the first podcast to an end.
Yeah, we discussed a lot.
We have. I mean, this was meant to be the shorter one. This was meant to be like the starter, feel it out, see how we go, and then
Yeah, because I feel like the bigger one is gonna come, maybe on like the 25th of the month, maybe.
I believe that's the next one. That's the next podcast. So the next podcast is there's a lot to say.
Is it really going to be a podcast?
Well, there's going to be a podcast, and then there will be something that we're going to talk about in the podcast that you may or may not have seen beforehand. You should see it beforehand. So if you see the podcast, do not see the podcast until you've watched the other thing. But yes, there's a lot to say in the next one. It's going to be exciting, isn't it, Alice?
It's going to be exciting.
And as we said,
interesting.
It is. I mean, it's definitely the next stage, the next step in the NSLAM journey.
Like, if you thought March was big and you thought March was something, like, you're not ready for what's going to follow next.
The plans we have are quite out there with the with what we want to try.
Today is currently the 3rd of May, and like, just remember this day that you're watching this podcast, in like a few months to come. Today is the 3rd of May, and today actually starts a very exciting and scary journey for me and Josh within NSLAM. that you're not really going to find out about for
NSLAM and our
a
own
good few months.
personal lives. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like this is quite a task and quite a journey that we've set us. That's quite a goal that we've set up for ourselves.
It's a big goal, and essentially not even it's a goal that we're preparing for that we're not even 100% sure if it's going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean,
Like,
even if it doesn't happen, it will benefit both of us.
Yeah, you'll probably find out about it later on this month.
You'll find out about it on the 25th.
The 25th, yeah. But it is a long-term thing. Terrifying, scary, but also a big positive in both of our lives, and I think it will change Josh and I drastically as people.
Can I just say this is also Alice's idea again? This is so. If I'd
like to point out that I did say a slightly lower version of what we're going for, and then Josh was kind of like, "Nah, we just firm it and do the big one."
After you said the big one a couple of times over, and then we're like, "Well, there is an option to do this one." But yeah, we won't say any more because we don't want to give it away. But just remember, 25th, the podcast.
25th.
We'll have a podcast and something else for you on the 25th. Big announcement for the NSLAM.
Big announcement. Exciting.
But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Please subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. Alice and I are trying to expand this channel, and it will be the home for all our vlogs, all our like extra content, our podcasts, VODs from Twitch, and any other clips that we think are relevant for the channel. And if you want to leave any comments on what we should include in the next podcast, any questions you want to ask, or any sort of segments maybe we can have, maybe like an Alice's anagram section. I don't know. Maybe. If you want that, put it in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
See you later.
Love and
That's staying.
That's
staying.
Last night all I think about is you.